Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, and Caleb Downs is leaving Alabama. Okay. I think I made a harder video talking about my opinions on that. I get it. A lot of people are talking about him either going to Georgia. That's the main one. Ohio State's name has been thrown around. I heard Florida State's name being thrown around, which would be interesting. Let me get a plea. Let me give a plea. Let me hear your time for the Vols. Why you should come to here. Hear me out. For Tennessee right now, we had a lot of guys leave, especially in the secondary. We had Nico Slaughter leave. I think Terry McDonald left. Tyler Barron also left, but they went to Ole Miss, and I think one of them went to Arkansas. So it's not like you're going to be fighting for a huge job here. It's going to be you at safety leading this defense. You and James Pierce. By the way, James Pierce was one of the best has one of the most sacks in the SEC last year. He was phenomenal. He could get after any quarterback he wanted. He got after Milroe. He made him fumble. Do that against anyone. He can do that against anyone. This defense last year was a phenomenal rush defense. We could stop the run on pretty much anyone outside of the name Missouri. So, yeah. Secondaries are one flaw. Main issue is because we had a lot of injuries. If you come to Tennessee, you can help fix up. You're overall a very durable player. You don't get injured. Second, you're the best safety in the SEC. Now, if we're talking about if you want someone to learn from if you want someone to learn from and make your talents possibly even better, we just retired Eric Berry's jersey last year. We just did that. He's one of the best safeties to ever touch a college football field. By far. By far. If you want to be mentored by a player that formerly maybe went to Tennessee or just want to improve your game, who else is better than Eric Berry? One of the most physical, best safeties to ever touch a college football field. A man who picked sixth Tim Tebow. I think he has one of the best hits against Noshawn Marino. This man is super physical. He's one of the best safeties ever. You can carry on a lineage or carry on being a great safety at Tennessee if you come here. And you can continue that. Another thing, this fan base at Tennessee will adore and love and take care of you no matter what. This fan base will do anything for you. I'll do anything for you. What do you want? I'll do it. Help me. If you want my money, I got my wallet out. Take that. Come to Tennessee. Just be here. If you want us to drive you up here, I'll get down there in an hour. I don't care if it's on icy roads. I'll slip and slide my way down there. We will get there to help you get up to Tennessee. If you want to hitchhike, I bet you got 1,000 people willing to do it, lining up right now, would be willing to take you up to Tennessee as much as you want. You won't have to pay for anything. We care about people so much that being called a hooker in Tennessee at one point was not a bad thing because of this guy, Hendon Hooker. It at one point maybe was not a compliment, but it was not you're not discredited by being called a hooker in Tennessee for a little bit of time. Or maybe even still in some parts. But that's how good he was. We still care about Joshua Dobbs so much. I don't think any fan base cares about a backup quarterback as much as we care about Joshua Dobbs. Whenever we had that run against the Vikings, check the Tennessee pages. They were posting him, and we were flooding it, just supporting that man. That man has not been on this team in 8 years. We love this guy to death, pretty much. He was phenomenal. And you look at Georgia, a lot of their fan base really complain. They just complain. They complain about Carson Beck. They were like, oh, he ain't no Stetson Bennett. I'm like, okay. Yeah, you expect that. But give him a chance to grow. A lot of them were calling for his job very, very early on in the year. A lot of them were. At least with Tennessee, you had some fans who were calling for Joe Milton. But we had a lot more of the fan base saying, you know what? Well, hold up. Let's give him time. He's a great leader. He's a good player. Let's just let him get into it. And we gave him his time, and we gave him full support. He can do his own everything and all that. Great guy, great team, dude. And we always, overall, give a lot of support to him. George is heavily critical. Very critical. And they're now turning into, their fan base is just spoiled. They're turned into a brat. And you saw how they reacted to whenever they finally lost to your Alabama team. They were screaming and hollering over it and cussing out people. They won 29 straight games, and they're still mad and whiny, like they just had that 2012 loss in the SEC title game, like that. You can't. You want to go to a fan base that does that, that whines the entire time, that barks at people on all fours, that is notoriously known as the most annoying fan base in the SEC. You can ask a fan about this, almost any fan. They will talk about either Florida fans and Georgia fans are the most annoying. And at least Florida fans are somewhat humble. They've been humbled at least a little bit. Georgia's on a full-on outrage right now. They are not humble to the slightest bit. And they don't remember the greats like Tennessee does. Just recently, I've not heard a Georgia fan mention the name Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Travon Walker. I've not heard them mention those names in a minute. I've not heard any Georgia fans support George Pickens, even though he made some great plays in the national title game to help them win the game. The only guy they kind of remember is Kelly Ringo, but I bet most of them are criticizing him for his play on the Eagles. None of them are supporting him. Jordan Davis, I've not heard a Georgia fan talk about him forever. Nakobe Dean, same. Surprising all those guys are on the Eagles. That's kind of strange. And Travon Walker, I've heard no one talk about him in support. Like, where's that at? Michigan loves Aiden Hutchinson. Loves him to death. They will support him to the end of time. Tennessee, Hendon Hooker's a backup on the Lions. Jalen Hyatt is a receiver on the Giants. We are up in arms supporting that man, supporting them no matter what. We have a lot more support than other programs do. Also, our guys don't have legal problems. Our guys aren't getting arrested for speeding like half the Georgia players do. And if you want to look that up or anything, in 2022, there was, I think, 11 guys arrested for speeding, and 4 of them had very serious driving issues. And then 2023 had I think 13. A lot of them for the same thing. A lot of them also did not go to court for their speeding tickets. If you want to drive wild, the Georgia back roads are not the place to do it. We know that. Tennessee has a lot of great roads. We're known for racing. We have a lot of racing areas down here. We have Daytona, not Daytona. We have Bristol, not that far away. If you want to race, go up there. Go up there. Why not? And also in Georgia Bulldogs aren't even the main sport. They're not even the main team in Georgia. They care about the more fans down there care about the Falcons and the Braves more than Georgia. More of them care about the Braves than the actual Georgia Bulldogs. Think about that. A lot of them are bandwagon fans. They weren't there 5-10 years ago. They weren't there when Kirby Smart just got there and the Mark Richt era was about to finish. They weren't there. A lot of them are more Falcons fans and Braves fans. So you might be second or third on the list of supportive fan groups. Tennessee Vols always been number one. Always been number one. They will be supported as the main team no matter what. That's why we get so many people support, even after they leave Tennessee. So, this team for the Vols has a little bit missing pieces. Most of them are on the defense. We have a good offensive line. We have one of the best running backs in the SEC with Dylan Sampson. Very good receiving core. We just got the transfer from Notre Dame to tight ends. We have a very good tight end group. We have one of the best pass rushers in the SEC, or in the country, I should say, James Pierce. The only thing we're missing is a secondary piece. You might just be the guy. You just might be the guy that's missing. Come on to Tennessee, and we will love you and adore you, because you'll be here for 2 years. Play your heart out for Tennessee. Maybe we can get over the hump. Maybe you can help us get over the hump. And would you rather be a part of the story, or just be a continuation of a sequel, or just like a part 2 or a part 3 of a movie? You want to be a part of the original. You want to be a part of that. Come to Tennessee, and whatever you want, how much money you want, we'll pay. Because if you come here to play your heart out, we will love and support you until the end of times, pretty much. So, yeah, That is my plea. Come to Tennessee. And yeah, Josh Heupel is a great coach, phenomenal coach, great guy. He supports his players all the way. And yeah, we will too. We have a great coaching staff, a great fan base, great players, and we just need one more piece, and it might just be you. So yeah, give your own opinions about this and all that. And yeah, hope you have a great day. Stay safe, y'all, and God bless y'all.